Why do some families feel like they are stuck in the same emotional cycle over and over again? The same arguments, the same misunderstandings, the same feeling that something just isn't working. Sometimes these patterns are shaped by deeper personality dynamics, not as labels, but as ways of relating, coping, and protecting oneself that affects the entire family system. When we talk about personality disorders like borderline personality disorder or narcissistic personality disorder, we are not just talking about individuals. We are talking about relational patterns that show up in communication, emotional responses, conflict, and connection. These patterns don't exist in isolation. They shape the emotional climate of the entire family. In many families, communication becomes strained or inconsistent. You might see emotional outbursts or withdrawal, misinterpretation of intentions, difficulty expressing needs clearly. For example, one person may react intensively to perceived rejection, another may shut down to avoid conflict, and both walk away feeling unheard. Trust isn't just about honesty, it's about emotional safety. In families with difficult personality patterns, people may feel on edge, unsure how the other person will react, afraid to express themselves openly. This unpredictability can make relationships feel unstable even when there is love present. Conflict often becomes repetitive. The same triggers lead to the same reaction with no resolution. For example, criticism may lead to defensiveness. Withdrawal may trigger anxiety or anger in another person. Over time, these cycles become automatic, and families can start to feel stuck. Boundaries are essential for healthy relationships, but personality patterns can disrupt them. You might see blurred boundaries, over involvement, emotional dependence, and rigid boundaries, emotional distance, lack of openness. Both extremes can make it difficult to maintain balance between closeness and individuality. These patterns don't just affect partners, they shape parenting too. Children may take on emotional roles like mediator or caretaker, feel responsible for keeping peace, struggle to understand their own emotions. The family system can become organized around managing one person's emotional state or avoiding conflict altogether. Intimacy requires trust, vulnerability, emotional availability. But when personality patterns involve fear of abandonment, need for control, emotional withdrawal, it can become difficult to sustain closeness in a healthy way. Relationships may feel intense but unstable or stable but emotionally distant. It's important to approach this with nuance. Not everyone with these patterns has a formal diagnosis like borderline personality disorder. And even when diagnosis is present, harsh labeling or blaming rarely helps. What helps is understanding patterns, recognizing impact, and responding more intentionally. Move away from labels towards patterns. Focus on what keeps happening instead of what's wrong with this person. Set clear, consistent boundaries. Boundaries are not rejection, they are structure. They help create predictability and emotional safety. Avoid getting pulled into cycles. Not every reaction needs a reaction. Learning to pause or disengage can interrupt patterns. Encourage professional support. Therapy can help individuals understand their patterns, families communicate more effectively, and relationships become more stable. If your family feels stuck in the same emotional loops, conflict, confusion, distance, or intensity, that's not something you have to keep navigating alone. Patterns can change, relationships can shift. If your family feels stuck in repeated emotional cycles, reach out for professional support.